Welcome to the Next Dimension Podcast, your portal to an extended reality. Every week we talk about the hottest topics in XR and let you join the discussion live on MRTV. And now, get ready for another exciting episode coming up.
Hi, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 21 of the Next Dimension Podcast, your podcast that's all about VR and AR. And we are back. Finally, we're back here with VR Flight Sim guy Steve. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, Seb, and it's great to be back on the show to be back. And I feel like it's a good time to be back on the show because a lot's going on in the VR scape. So yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic. Really great to catch up with you. We haven't talked to each other for quite a while. Well, we do send each other some voice messages from time to time and some
of course,
pictures,
holding pictures and things.
Right. But we didn't really talk about VR for a long time. So I'm super happy to catch up with you, to catch up with all of the people outside there who are watching this now live and who are going to listen to this live. For all of you who don't know yet about the Next Dimension Podcast, this is a podcast that is all about VR and AR, more VR, honestly speaking. Very soon it's going to be more mixed reality, obviously. And yeah, this show is broadcasted live every Saturday. Now the timing is not really stable. So yeah, it is live sometimes Saturdays. But you can also listen to this as an audio podcast everywhere where you can find audio podcasts, so you can download that and listen to it while you work or something. That would be amazing for you. And you could also, if you love this podcast, it would be amazing if you could give this a 5-star review on Spotify, everywhere where you can find podcasts, or iTunes. So get out your iPhone or your iPad, find the podcast app, and give us this 5-star review. Yes. So today we're going to talk about some exciting topics. We are going to talk about Bigscreen. They are now sending out the final versions of the Bigscreen Beyond to backers. And Steve, you have one, and we're going to talk about it a bit. Right? We're going to tease people to watch your video tomorrow. So,
which I haven't even made yet, but I need to get on and do that.
We will also talk about it a bit. Then, yeah, Pimax, obviously the crystal, right? So they have already sent out quite a lot of units, and many people have the crystal now in their hands. And now, finally, with a new update, crystal owners got the eye tracking, they got auto IPD adjustment, they got the standalone mode. So we're going to talk about that part as well. Nice. Then obviously the Meta Connect is going to start really soon, and soon we're going to hold that Quest 3 in our hands. Yeah, many of us, I believe. And yeah, we're going to talk about all the things that happened, right? We're going to talk about the Connect itself. It's going to happen. We're going to talk about the Quest 3 unboxing that happened. We're going to talk about the price leaks, the European price leaks, and simply we're going to talk about what we expect for the Quest 3 and if we're looking forward to it. Yeah, then we're going to talk about the Apple Vision Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro, because it has a spatial camera. And we're going to talk about what that means for XR and for immersive video. Then we're going to talk about the Immersed Visor, the new upcoming work headset from Immersed, which is actually a software company, but now they're going to do hardware as well, just like Bigscreen. So it seems to be like a new trend that people who are formerly not in hardware are going to make hardware. So yeah, Steve,
interesting.
The MRTV headset should be coming up soon.
I honestly often think, what if we actually if we had the technical, well, even just the engineering team behind us to build a headset.
Oh,
it would be
we can talk
like the
about
community, the community and YouTubers. I think it would be the most mind-blowing headset in the world.
I think
probably lose loads of money because it would it'd probably end up being about 10 grand or something by the time we want everything that's in it. But it'd be great.
It could really be. But honestly, I truly want to do it. At one point in time, I truly want to do the MRTV MK1. And I have the feeling it might happen.
Oh, imagine it. It'd be so
cool.
Well,
that would be really good. Yeah. Anyways, and that's not all. We're also going to talk about trymytech, which is my new project, an Airbnb for tech gadgets. And yeah, I simply want to talk a bit about it, talk where we are right now with the project, and yeah, find out what you think about it, Steve. We didn't really talk about it like person to person, so head to head, yeah, face to face.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well,
So I'm
yeah.
looking forward to just find out what you think about it. Yes, cool. So lots of things which we're going to talk about. But before we get into all these topics, Steve, what have you been up to in the last month?
It's quite funny with all the stuff you're talking. Well, we're going to be talking about hopefully on the channel. I must admit, my head hasn't really been in VR much at all. So I'm kind of going to be going for the ride on this as much as as anything else, you know. So
Right.
some of this news is going to be new to me. But yeah, it's been a really busy summer. I'm not going to go too much into what I've been doing personally because let's be honest, no one really cares about that. We're here for VR. But
no, we do care about you, man. We care about we care more about you than you think.
No, it's been a busy summer. I've moved house now, and you know, we went on a big motorcycle trip, which was fantastic. And you know, it's been nice to be away from VR. It's funny because people on my channel might not realize, but I haven't actually made any new videos for ages. I just made a bulk of videos, and I've been putting them out every week just to keep things ticking over, really. But I'm getting back into it this week, and yeah, it's great to be back. In fact, I did post a video the other day saying how it felt to be back in VR after about 3 or 4 weeks off. And I actually thought I'd feel a bit, you know, funny, a bit clammy, a bit sort of like not really enjoying it. Because I think it's one of those things, VR, if you do it all the time, you're used to it. You're used to all of the things that annoy you, and you kind of, you know, you're used to being hot and clammy. But after a long break, going back into VR again, oh, I absolutely loved it. I was so surprised. And I think part of that is because I was using the crystal, and the display in that just, it blew my mind again, simply because I haven't been in VR for such a long time. So, but yeah, it's quite interesting. If I'd recommend, guys, if people who are in the community, it sounds like a strange bit of advice, but if you VR every day, just take a break for a week, and you'll realize how much you've missed it. Honestly.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. It's a good piece of advice. Exactly.
Yeah.
Get out of it. Right. So you can get addicted again.
Yeah, I think, you know, any hobby can be quite consuming sometimes, and maybe just take a bit too much of your time up. So it's good to have a break, step back. And then I think sometimes you do realize where we are in the VR space and where we've come from. And we're very, very lucky, really, especially as a flight simmer myself. At the moment, flight simulation in general is exploding. And together with VR, oh, it's just absolutely amazing. Oh, yes, please. A cup of tea. Thank you. That's Melissa, by the way.
Oh,
just making me a cup of tea. Bless her.
Great. Wow. You're blessed, man. You're blessed. Perfect.
But yeah, in terms of VR, like obviously I did try, in fact, I've got it here, weirdly, right next to me. The face plates. Did you try this, Seb? I think you did make a video of this for the Pimax crystal. I did post a video of that the other day.
I have it also lying here under my table. Oh, you know, I have all the headsets. Like no matter where I am, I have all the headsets down beyond the table.
Brilliant. I've even got a Reverb G2 here. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I have it too here.
Oh, this G2, HP sent me this when it was literally just about to go live, like, you know, released. And this has had so many hours in it, and it's still going strong even now today. I still love this headset. You know, it's great headset.
It is fantastic. Yeah, you know, I was the first person on this planet Earth who kind of had it. So,
yes.
So that was really good.
I remember, and it was because of you why they changed the design of it so that it would be actually plugged in, so that you get a better persistency and brightness of that display. And it was because of your feedback that made that display better. I don't think some people realize this in the VR community, that actually you do.
I didn't even know myself.
I'm sure. Well, I'm sure, unless I've just made that up. Have I made that up?
No. Yeah, I did give them the feedback, but I think they knew. I did give them that feedback, but I do think they knew themselves as well. I
really?
think so.
What,
yeah,
to the point where we're going to change it for release.
That's what I'm not sure. So I very strongly made the point for that. So hopefully, probably that did change things.
No, I think you're being a bit humble there, Seb. I think you had more of an influence on that than you realized.
Cool.
But yeah, so
it's hot.
Is it hot?
It's very hot here. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was on my bike trip, we was in Croatia at one point, and we was in full bike gear, and it was nearly 40 degrees. Oh, it was so.
Oh,
it was,
wow.
Yeah, really hard work that was. I must admit, very difficult. But yeah, very hot in Europe when we did our trip. There was a heat wave, and oh my god, it was just really tough, especially when we was going to Slovenia as well. It was very, very hot.
But you had a great time there, hadn't you?
Oh, it was amazing, fantastic. It really was superb.
Nice. Yeah, it's fun to drive through Europe. I also love it. Like you know, that I'm like the caravan guy, right? I have a nice caravan, and
looks really
I drive
nice.
with it through Europe when I'm in Europe with my wife, and we love it. It's fantastic.
You're the guy I'm trying to overtake. Like, God's sake, get out the way.
Yeah, exactly. I'm that guy. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, sorry, getting back probably just to what I've been doing VR. Obviously tried the faceplate, the eye tracking, which we're going to talk about, because the Crystal is evolving, getting better and better all the time. The software is getting better, thank you, all the time as well, which is really good. So yeah, I've really kind of been, before I had a break, focusing on the Crystal, because really it is at the moment like the main big deal in terms of PC VR. You know, it really is a really great headset, although it's not perfect, of course. And you know, I think Pimax do need to solve some of their quality control issues, and customer service is still not great. But if you just think about the headset itself, if you do get a good one and you're happy with it, and I know loads of people on my Discord, like tons of people have bought the Pimax Crystal and they are absolutely over the moon with it. So
same here. Same here.
And can I just say one more thing, right? Which
you can say everything you want.
I am sick to death of the clickbait YouTubers out there that feel that the only way to be popular is to hate on Pimax. And I find it very irritating. Of course, they're not perfect, not by a long, stretch of the imagination. But, actually, the headset is superb. And it's funny, if anything, you're more unpopular if you say it's a good headset. But I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. It really is especially for flight simulation, which obviously is my thing. It is superb. It's just they need to, iron out the kinks. And I do feel that Pimax, generally speaking, they get themselves into trouble because they're so passionate and so enthusiastic with the things they want to do. So I just wish they would hold back sometimes and just, release and announce things once they are ready. If they could just do that, then their respect and reputation would improve. But as a company, what they're doing for VR, especially for PC VR, I really do appreciate it. I think
there are not
be applauded.
Absolutely. There are not many companies who are making PC VR headsets.
Not really at all at the moment.
Really, there's not many where you can plug it into your PC, into your 4090, right, with that DisplayPort cable and enjoy that pure, nice picture quality. Right, there's only a few that do it.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I absolutely second what you said there about those super clickbaity YouTubers who just hate on Pimax just to get more clicks. It's ridiculous. Like
there's one guy, I'm not going to mention him. He did a review of the headset, but didn't actually know how to set it up correctly.
Yeah.
He didn't even unbox it properly, and there were certain leads that he didn't even know existed in the box. He just basically wanted to do the whole Pimax why, and then a shocked face.
Exactly. Exactly. But honestly, it's sad, obviously. And if you would make a reaction video, you could totally show that this is all, most of it is just bullshit, right? And you should just plug it in. But then you don't want to give them that extra publicity, right, by making this kind of videos. So it's just, I don't do it.
I just feel it's a bit misleading, really, because the headset actually
only a bit. It's
excellent.
It is excellent. However, what you also said, like Pimax is making it really easy for those haters.
Yes, of course.
Like Pimax is making it super easy
to
hate on them because they still do crazy things that don't make sense. And we also need to clearly say that, right?
Yes,
so yeah, it's so easy to hate them. Just to hate.
Yes, I agree.
So Pimax, I also really love the device, but Pimax still is not there yet in terms of professionalism.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Like if Pimax had like the PR of a company like DJI, You know, like
Oh yeah.
who make the drones.
Yeah, I love that. I've got 2 of their drones. Fantastic company.
You know, do you actually know that DJI is a Chinese company?
I do. Yes,
Oh,
I do. But I think a lot of people probably wouldn't realize that.
But you know what? Nobody. I have the perception that people don't know that DJI is just like a Chinese company as Pimax is, but they have so professional management that you don't think about it. You could totally think that DJI is a US company, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right, but no, they are just a Chinese company, just like Pimax, but they have so professional management. Everything is professional, right?
Apart from when they decided to take their software off the Play Store without letting me know, and I was on holiday and I wanted to use my drone and it wouldn't work, so that annoyed me. So DJI, that was naughty. You shouldn't do that.
Okay.
But apart from that, I agree with you.
right. So Pimax still has a long way to go in terms of the communication, the decisions, the customer service, but actually got better as compared to probably a few years ago, right? So
they've got a long way to go.
They got a long way to go. Yeah,
there's certainly, just in terms of where their vision is with VR and what they've achieved with the Crystal, it's such a incredible piece of technology. When I just can't. This headset is so flexible. You can use it with a faceplate. Fantastic. So if you've got Steam VR. If you got base stations and index controllers, great, superb. You can have it wireless, hopefully soon. That's looking like hopefully it's going to be sorted within the next, hopefully the next year anyway. But no, seriously, it should be here soon. And again, just the battery life, I'm really impressed. They've improved it greatly. I can now get 5 hours out of one battery, and as soon as I've finished with it, I just shut down the headset and then it charges itself back up again. So I like that. They're getting better with their software. They are listening to people. Like I just feel that they just need to slow down a bit and just focus perhaps on one headset,
exactly,
and just focus everything on that one.
Prioritize things like get this headset ready. They do it actually, right? They do it, and probably get the customer service up to really super high speed, and then they will get better. They will grow, because again, the headset itself right now, it is my favorite headset because it's simply so beautiful. And honestly, the comfort is not as terrible as some haters make it sound. It is not. It is absolutely not.
I agree with
balanced, right? So with the bigger faceplate, with the bigger facial interface, it is fine. So there's no neck breaking going on. And I try to say that whenever I talk about the headset, because I simply see too many crazy stuff on YouTube and in the forums from people who probably have never tried it. So
I will say that my favorite headset is still the Varia Air, actually. However, the Crystal is not far behind it at all. And again, in terms of comfort, I've had that thing on my head for 3 hours before now, the Crystal, that is. And I have. It's not. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's not like I just leave it there and it's fine for 3 hours. I do have to move it around a little bit and sometimes just readjust it. But generally speaking, for seated experiences, it's no heavier than my motorcycle helmet. So for me, it doesn't really make a difference. It sits on my head very, very quite well balanced, and I don't personally find a problem. However, I do appreciate though with people who've got smaller heads, or maybe smaller heads. It's funny because I did post a picture of Melissa wearing this headset,
and it looks funny.
And she looked hilarious because
I totally believe
it. I've got in comparison to my head, she's very small head, and she did look hilarious. She got this massive thing on her head, and she didn't even see her face very well.
I should put it on my wife's head as well, just to see how funny it looks like.
So it's not forever. It's not going to be comfortable for everyone, of course not. But I think for most people, if they're used to VR headsets of that generation, they won't have any issues with it.
Right. And honestly, it does, the size and stuff, it does feel like last generation, right? It's nothing like moving forward that we're going to wear in a couple of years, right? It definitely like not the future of VR.
It's like, what we said the other day, ages ago on the podcast, the Pimax Crystal feels like the best of what's the last technology of VR headsets, where we have come from. but like the big screen beyond is the first iterations of where we want to go, and that excites me as well.
Well, me too.
And-
We're going to talk about the future of VR also in today's podcast. You know what? Now that we are talking about Pimax, why don't we just stick to the topic, because it is one of the topics. So let's directly stay here.
Sure.
Pimax Crystal, right?
I jumped the gun there. Sorry, sir. But shall I just ask you first? How has your holiday been? Because
okay.
I haven't asked you yet. So
right.
Let me know what you've been up to.
Okay, let me go, just very quickly talk about it. So not very long. So I was so busy, obviously, working on trymytech, right? It's my new huge project. It's a startup, right? It's an Airbnb for tech gadgets where people will be able to make experiences and earn money with the headset that they love, showing it to other people, just like an Airbnb for tech gadgets. And yeah, I'm not only I not only came up with the idea for it, I'm also the lead engineer. I am the guy who is programming it. I'm the engineer. That's the good thing. Before my life as a professional YouTuber, I was an engineer making websites. So
That's so cool.
I have the knowledge of how to make a website, and I'm the guy who's actually making trymytech. So yeah, I was incredibly busy over the last months doing trymytech, like working on trymytech and getting everything ready, next to doing all the YouTube things that I'm doing to earn a living, right? So yeah, I was just so busy. So there was not so much time to enjoy the summer, but I still did, right? So I'm here now in Taiwan with my wife, and we went on a little holiday to Vietnam, which we love. It's very cheap to go there.
Looked amazing. The
Taiwan.
photographs.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's so incredible. It's like very, very affordable. When you're in Vietnam, you can get like a 1-hour massage for like probably $5. Yeah, so yeah, it is good. So we got lots of massages there and had a great time. But most of the time, I was honestly simply working on trymytech. And yeah, we're going to talk about trymytech a bit later in this podcast to tell you where it is right now, and it's nearly ready. So I'm super excited about it. Yeah, and other than that, I'm just looking forward to get back to talking with you and talking with the community and having this podcast back again online. Yeah, that's it. So simple, so quickly.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, brilliant.
Right. So now we can get to our first topic, which is the Pimax Crystal again. So Pimax Crystal, we both have it. We both now also tried the Lighthouse module. It really works well. It just transforms it from a inside out headset to a perfectly working Lighthouse headset, right? For you the same thing, right? You also enjoyed it?
I must say though, I do feel, and I wish I'd said this in my video, I didn't know the price of it at the time, but it's quite expensive, this, isn't it? Is it about $200 extra or something like that?
$200, yeah.
That's a lot, that really. That's a little bit salty, in my opinion. I think they could have made it a little bit cheaper than that. Especially as, in some ways, they could have actually integrated this into the Crystal. So it could have been both, because maybe not, but I just feel like there's not a lot going on here apart from this little connector. You could have like a thing on the headset just to switch between Lighthouse and sort of inside out tracking.
But then it would have made the base unit more expensive, and they could not charge $200 for the thing.
Well, yeah, of course. From a business perspective.
Yes. And it is a business. They need to earn money, right?
Of course, it makes sense in that respect. But,
so the headset which actually has it included is the Somnium VR1. And I see Arthur. Arthur is here from Somnium.
Hey.
Hi, Arthur.
Good to see you in the chat.
Exactly. Yeah. So shout out to the Somnium VR1 I
can't wait to try your headset. So
same here. Exactly. Send it over, or I will fly to Prague as well if it's possible. Yeah. So the Lighthouse module, $200. Sure, it is expensive, but again, compared to what is it expensive? So for people who are like it's VR, it's a high-end VR, and for high-end VR, it is kind of a normal price, right? So you are already in this high high cost enthusiast bracket. So for that, it's a normal price. And thinking about that, there's not many companies who actually serve this niche. The price makes sense because, well, they also have to earn some money. Because honestly, the headset at what is it now, 1,600 if you buy the crystal, it is
Oh, yeah, I
actually
think it is. Yeah.
it is actually cheap for what's inside. It's an XR2 headset. It has this super expensive displays. It has glass lenses, right? It has 2 batteries in the box. Actually, if you really think about it, it's cheap, $1,600
There's
with
another
the
thing, Seb.
controllers. Yeah, okay.
You were involved because of you. I think we've
What
got
did I do?
2. Yeah, no, you've done something. Another good thing for the VR community that
What
probably
did-
don't people realize.
Okay, tell me.
You're the guy who basically said to Pimax, you must have 2 batteries in the box.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure they would have done that otherwise.
I hope
Because
so.
you basically in your interview you were quite adamant, like,
right.
So you're going to put 2 batteries in the box. You are, aren't you? And you kind of went, yes. It's like, oh, you've said it now. Yes. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it. And it does need those 2 batteries. And
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure whether
better.
they were thinking about doing that at that point. So I do
Yeah.
feel that is a great thing. It is amazing
Okay.
because those batteries are probably quite expensive in themselves, really, if you think about it. They're 6,000 milliamp batteries, I think they are. So to have 2 of them, that's pretty cool. You don't get that with a Quest, do you, or anything like that? Or,
Yeah, right.
you
Yeah,
just
I
get the
don't know.
1 battery.
Exactly, and it's built in for the Quest.
Yes, exactly. Which is,
so yeah, you can't even change it. Yeah, right. So yeah. So Lighthouse module, good works. But now the exciting part now is that they did this software update. So now actually, the software that I was using for quite a while, that those influencers, right?
I love that word so much.
I hate that word. Those super important content creators, yeah. Those guys, they got it earlier, but now the software is out for everyone to enjoy, and it comes with auto IPD adjustment, right? So you put it on, the IPD adjusts automatically. It comes with eye tracking, so you can now do dynamic foveated rendering and probably get another 10, 15 frames per second, which is pretty nice, right? For dynamic foveated rendering. It has the standalone mode where you can actually use the headset without a PC for like the 6 games that they probably have in the store or what?
I know.
Right.
That's my other thing about the Crystal.
Right. So
it is a shame it wasn't just a PC VR headset, but then I think they're trying to break into the more Quest style market to kind of survive. So I understand again where they came from, but oh boy, imagine if the Crystal would have just been a PC VR, it would have been lighter. It would have been, all day sort of, you don't have to worry about batteries.
Really, it doesn't make sense. I wanted to say, but then if you think about it, they needed that XR2 for the tracking, right? For the controller tracking.
But why is that when the reverb that is just a PC VR? There's no battery in this, and you can use the tracking and everything.
Right. Because they had the Windows mixed reality tracking that they could make use of. But Pimax would have really had to program it by themselves from zero.
Okay. I see.
If they didn't go for the XR2 chipset, so that would have been kind of hard to do, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So standalone, let's talk about it in a moment. Let's first talk about the happy things.
Yes.
Let's first talk about the eye tracking. So how does it go? How do you feel about it? Does it work well for you? The auto IPD adjustment, the eye tracking, all the good stuff?
It does. I mean, of course, in the sort of the beta period or beta, how you want to call it, the IPD tracking wasn't working so well. But then, of course, that's why it was in test. We was testing it all. But now that it's been released, it seems to be working pretty well. Yeah. And like, with foveated rendering, of course, is a big deal here. And for DCS World, it has, obviously, thanks to our good friend Matt, who is an amazing guy who, he's now set up a Patreon page, actually, and you can donate to all of his things he's doing for the VR community for free. That is the Pimax XR switcher and all that kind of stuff. He developed...
Everything is perfect. Everything is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Yes.
To him.
Honestly, yes. Well, no, I didn't do it. Yeah, I totally agree. I haven't even got a beer open yet. So because of his software that you can install in a matter of seconds in DCS World, I'm not sure if there's many flight simmers in the chat here or not, but for DCS World lovers, it's not 10-20% extra performance, it's 100% extra performance. You go from 45 frames per second to 90 frames per second, no problems at all. And that is thanks to a native integration of foveated rendering. Of course, in MSFS, it's not integrated. It's more within the software. So it's not really, you kind of, unfortunately, Asobo don't seem very willing to help Matt with that, or it doesn't seem to be the case anyway, which is a great shame because
but it still helps, right?
Kind of performance.
With Matt's software, it still works.
It's still a good 10 to 15% more performance, and what that means is
pretty cool.
Between 7 and 8 frames per second more. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when that means sort of like mid 30s or high 30s to 45 frames per second, that makes a huge difference to performance. Huge difference. So yeah, it's definitely very welcome, and I'm so pleased that they've got this working correctly. And overall, I always run the Pimax Crystal with eye tracking all the time now, and it doesn't seem to be an issue for it. There's been a few times where it's kind of glitched out a bit, and I've had to restart the headset, but hopefully, they'll get those kinks worked out. But 9 times out of 10, it works pretty well. So yeah.
Same here. Like when I tried it for the first time, some early eye tracking software from them. I even tried it a bit earlier. Then it didn't really work well. It was the early stage of it. But now,
yes, exactly,
I have no problems whatsoever. It works perfectly. Also, the auto IPD adjustment, put it on, zip, and then everything is perfectly set. Yeah. So for that part, really good. And for that part, I think it's cool that it has eye tracking. It's without a doubt the future of VR, and most headsets are going to have it. Looking forward now, right? Because it just makes so much sense. Because you can save so much performance, and also in the future, like battery life for those headsets that use battery. And it is simply great that it has that, and a big plus. And I'm happy that everyone who has the Pimax Crystal can enjoy it now. I can still remember when they not when they launched the Pimax Crystal, but when they announced it, this crazy announcement.
I know, yeah.
From Pimax, right? Like, wow, it can do everything, and there's no compromises. Pimaxians don't have to do any compromises. It's a PC VR headset. It is also a standalone headset. It has eye tracking. It has dynamic foveated rendering, and it can make your coffee if you need one. So, like we were like laughing at them at that point in time. We couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this is going to happen. It was crazy.
Yeah. But at that point, we all thought Josh was an AI guy as well. We didn't actually realize he existed in real life.
He existed, yeah, and he's a nice guy.
And not only that, he knows his stuff about
exactly.
VR. He knows a lot.
So, so that was really funny. And now, actually, they did deliver on, I believe, most of the stuff. I mean, not everything is useful at all. Right? We're going to talk about that in a moment. But actually, like the eye tracking, the automatic IPD adjustment, the dynamic foveated rendering, right? Yes, it works now, and
absolutely.
it's pretty noteworthy for a headset that costs like $1,600. So I really think for what they offer here, it is a really good price.
I think personally, 90%, if not more, users of the Pimax Crystal have absolutely zero interest in using it to play wireless Beat Saber or something of the equivalent.
Right.
They want to use it for a PC. And this is when I say, absolutely, guys, like when I say it's a brilliant headset, it's a brilliant headset for my use case, for most people's use case, and that is high-end VR. That's where it really shines. And I think, where it's concerned with foveated rendering, those glass lenses, because they went for glass lenses, which are really expensive.
The glass lenses are amazing.
They didn't need to do that, but they did. So I appreciate that. And there's still more to come yet. We've still got
wide
these.
FOV,
the field of view in that thing, it is very, very good. And it's funny
good,
because I do use the Aero and Crystal.
But it's good.
Oh yeah, well, go back to the Aero for a few days.
Yeah, then
you're like, whoa. It's a big difference.
Honestly, that's why.
Well, vertically, anyway.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why I'm not so. I don't want to use the Arrow anymore because of that thing, that part. I know it's a nice headset and stuff, and it feels super high quality, the Arrow.
Yeah.
But because of the FOV, no, I can't go back from it from the Crystal. So yeah,
So I know it. Yeah, it's one thing I've learned being an influencer, because apparently that's what we are, is that people really field of view. So for me, it's never been that important, but for a lot of people, it's more important than it's more important than clarity. And I've learned to appreciate that and understand that more. It's funny because when people started complaining about the Aero's field of view, I didn't understand that until I tried the Crystal with aspheric lenses and realized that wow, actually, it does feel like very letterboxy, like it's like kind of like that, where the Crystal's like here. So
exactly,
yeah, I totally understand that now, and I try and think about field of view a bit more now because it is a huge factor, of course.
Right.
But
yeah, so PC VR is fantastic with the device, right? If you play these Microsoft Flight Simulator or whatever, it's just so good. It's just so clear, nice FOV.
It's amazing.
The glass lenses, it's just like wow, and the colors look so good. Yes. Really good, and therefore, yeah, I can recommend it absolutely. So the question is just like, why this whole standalone mode? now we come to the part where
the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. So yes, does it work? Yes, it works. Does it look good? Like the whole environment stuff that they
haven't tried it yet, actually. Have you tried it?
You haven't tried it? Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah.
I see on my that's how much I don't care about it. It's on the headset, but I haven't even tried it yet. But I will at some point. But
yeah, of course I tried it. So yeah, it works. It is like an environment that is absolutely not noteworthy. It doesn't look good. Like, these environments of the Pico 4 and the Quest 2, they look kind of nice, polished. This is something that looks similar, but not as good, not at all. But this is not so important, right? How it looks, it's okay, right? But yeah, then you can choose from the store. There are some games, only really a few, and people don't want to play those games, right? People are there for the PC VR experience. Anyways, so however, I must say the games do work. Right, so it does work. The standalone mode does work, and for example, playing like Tilt Brush, this open brush, it's nice, and you also enjoy the lenses. Right, it looks also really good, and actually, it is fun. But I don't want to wear this huge headset for playing open brush. Right, I have the Pico 4, which is a way better form factor. I have the Quest 2, which also is really great. And I will have the Quest 3. So I don't want to use the Pimax Crystal in standalone mode. And I truly believe 99% of the people out there who own the Crystal think the same. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Basically.
like yes. Right?
I feel for Pimax because I know what they're trying to do with this headset. This was not the headset to do it on. This was the headset to drive the high-end PC VR crowd, and there's enough of us out there to buy it, and there would have been more people buying it if it was just PC VR only. I think it should have been a separate idea, like the Pimax Portal thing.
Right.
Like don't do that, and then all the R&D for that. Try and build some sort of Quest competitor separate from the Crystal. I think putting them together in the same headset was a bit of a mess. Again, I can't comment until I really truly see the wireless side of things. But
it's okay. It works. It works.
Yeah,
fine. It's totally usable. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine. See, for me, the headset's going to be way too big to play PC games, like standing up. I can't imagine putting that thing on my head and playing Walkabout Mini Golf or Saints and Sinners or something. It's just too big. And this is the thing, like I know I've just said it's really comfortable, but it is for seated experiences. For simulation, great, but for a gaming headset, it needs to be smaller for it to be wireless, to be used sort of so you're standing and everything. I can't really picture many people using it over the Quest for wireless. It's just never going to happen, is it? So it just seems like a lot of waste of of valuable R&D and
Resources,
research
exactly.
and resources, absolutely resources that could be put somewhere else
Totally
to keep
agreed.
the PCVR people happy.
And the thing is, like this standalone mode, it would be good for one thing, in my opinion, and that is streaming PCVR over wireless.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that doesn't work, you know. So
at the moment,
at the moment, yeah, obviously they are working on it, but really, this is like the only thing that in my opinion, that I think it's good for, but it doesn't work. So
that's exactly what I'm waiting for, Seb.
Yeah, of course.
That's the only reason why I'm intrigued by it, because it would be kind of cool to have the Pimax Crystal completely wireless whilst in my motion rig. That
right.
does make me excited.
That is interesting. Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work, really. I mean, really, we do need virtual desktop.
We need virtual desktop. Yeah, exactly. So Guy Godin, if you're watching this or listening to it later, they need you. They need you. And actually, I was in the offices of Pimax, right? And at that time, that was like a couple of months ago. I think March I was there, and at that time I connected Guy with Pimax, and Guy actually told Pimax what they need. He sent them some requirements.
He's here. He's in the chat. Hey,
oh really, Guy? Perfect. Yes, Guy. Great. And so Guy was giving all the requirements that he needs to make it easy for him to port it, or some requirements that he needs to port it to Crystal. But it seems like Pimax simply haven't done it, you know? So it's not Guy's fault that it's not on the Crystal. So Pimax needs to implement some. Yeah, exactly. He says
6 months.
They didn't. They haven't done it. So I know that they have been working on it, but they have not finished it yet. You know, they have not finished those OpenXR requirements, Guy, right? That's what you need. You need some OpenXR functions to be implemented, and then it's kind of easy for you to put it there, but they didn't do that yet. But I really, really hope that Pimax is going to do it, and then once they do it, I really hope that Guy can port it for the Crystal, because the thing is, it is not only for Crystal, right? This is going to be important, or this is going to be like relevant not only for this device, but also for the 12K, for the Pimax Portal, and for all the headsets that come down the line, right? So even now, if the Crystal, I don't know how many devices they have sold, even if it doesn't make sense probably from the financial standpoint, down the line it will probably make it. And in my opinion, like Pimax should do everything to get Guy to do it, right? They should obviously like pre-buy like 10,000 of the codes or something, right? To just give Guy like a good incentive to put his work in it. Yeah, Pimax,
agree.
Right?
It's funny.
So make it happen, Pimax.
When I first, because I was a bit late to virtual desktop, but when I first tried it on the PK, I was like, what the hell? This is what I've been missing. Like,
yeah,
it's a great piece of software. And what I love about it is it's so easy and so stress-free. You just click a button, go to the virtual desktop. You suddenly got this in this really nice environment, and then you as a PC VR user, appreciate all the options you have for streaming. Because my internet isn't great and my router isn't brilliant, but yet I still can find a really good setup for me. And it just makes sense for Pimax to sort of. I don't know whether they're actually trying to engineer their own solution, but again, this
hopefully
would cut
not.
out.
Hopefully no.
It is a worry, especially because with Pico did their own sort of Airlink type thing. It was a disaster. It was terrible. It didn't work at all.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit better now, but it's not a patch on what it should be.
Yeah,
it would make sense for Pimax to go the route. Just do what we all want and just get. Because virtual desktop on the Pimax,
really
in their store.
Yeah. No, I say buy lots of codes from Guy and put it on the device, so that we don't have to buy it anymore, the virtual desktop, right? Because honestly, the standalone mode, the only thing that it should do is PCVR wireless, and I want virtual desktop. So come on. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's one thing.
I think we made a good case there. I think so.
I think we made a very strong case. Yeah, but anyways, in general, like the cabled experience is amazing, and just for that, it's worth it already, right? But just think how beautiful it would have been if the Crystal would be a device that directly from the beginning has none of that standalone stuff, is just a Steam VR headset, just has everything, just like an 8KX, but with the Crystal panels. Boom.
Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to be a whole new load of hate for Pimax with YouTube videos going out when they finally release the next iteration of the firmware and software where there is wireless and it's not going to work very well. That's just another excuse. It's another excuse, another reason. And in this case, admittedly, if it doesn't work very well, for people to moan about it. So if they can get that bit nailed down and get the wireless technology working really well, that would be great. And I think it's a surefire way of doing it if you just use virtual desktop because it just works anyway. So it's tried and tested.
So they just need to implement those functions that Guy has told them about, and then I don't know how long Guy would need to implement that. Guy, let us know if they implement the functions that you sent to them. What do you think? How long would it take you to port that to Crystal?
Good question.
Let us know in the here in the chat. Oh, 1 year.
Okay.
Oh, that's Pico was faster. A couple of months. Okay, it's not that simple. All right. So yeah, that would be expensive.
Wow, I didn't realize it would take that long.
Wow,
that's really interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's see where they go.
Oh, I feel all flat now after that. Like, yes, let's do this. Let's get it on the. Oh, it's going to take that.
It's going to take long. Okay, so yeah, the Pimax Crystal is a wired headset for me. That's it. Period.
Absolutely. I do agree. There is a criticism with the actual size of it. It doesn't need to be that big. It's only that big because it's the same housing as the 12K QLED, and they've done that.
Right,
of course, I understand why they've done that again
to save money, right? It's
yes, but it is a shame because it could have been that little bit sleeker and a little bit, and more distinguished from the 12K QLED.
Right.
So I think that would have been a really nice opportunity for Pimax to, cut that form factor down a bit with the Crystal. But although I don't think it would be, I think it would still be the same weight anyway. So because people tend to look at it and think, my God, it looks like a massive brick, but it's not as bad as that once you're wearing it.
Actually, it is smaller than the 8KX. So
it is. It just
I'm surprised. And then if you wear it, it doesn't feel so bad, right? So again, it's like a lot of hate Pimax got from people who like to, I don't know. We talked about this in the beginning.
I know. It just is irritating to say the least. Right.
But it's
especially when you know the reason why they're doing it is not necessarily to be honest, but to get clicks. That's what really friggin' annoys me.
Right.
But anyway.
Anyways, that's the Pimax topic. Good that they have the new stuff, and still, it's an amazing headset. At the moment, it's my recommendation for people who want the best looking VR experience.
Same for me as well. Yeah, absolutely.
It is just like that. Yeah, right. So let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic is, wait a moment. Here, the Bigscreen Beyond. Yes, the world's smallest VR headset. So we were just talking about the biggest one, or not the biggest, but like a big headset, and now we're getting to the smallest one. And Bigscreen Beyond is now finally shipping the final version out to the people who have ordered it in the States. So I'm super excited to hear the first non-influencer.
that is the word for this podcast, isn't it?
like real people. Yes. Real people to try it out and see what they think, right? Not those influencer types. So that's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see that. And you also have the version, right?
I've got it here. I'll just
the final
show you
version. Show it, please.
I mean, it's not massively different, but I will show you it. This is the final version. I'm not sure actually if it'll work on the camera or not. But
wait, let me make you bigger.
Yeah, I mean, hang on. If I go, I'll just take this face plate thing out like that because I really like the lenses now. If you look there, they look really nice now because the prototype unit had the lenses looked a little bit sort of rough around the edges, and there was like a film coating as well that you could see, and it just felt a little bit like unfinished. But on the day, it's a prototype, fair enough. But now it's got a nice little logo, Bigscreen on there. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, okay, cool.
and the actual lenses themselves, they look really nice, much better,
Polished, yeah, more polished.
And honestly, the box as well is really small that it comes in, a much smaller box. I know it's not exactly the most interesting thing, the box, but hey, look at this. How small is that?
Yeah, the box is beautiful.
It's
the box
strangely,
is
the
really
writing's the
beautiful.
wrong way around.
Yeah, right.
And the unboxing process of, it's a really, they've improved that hugely, and it does feel like a quality product. There's no doubt about it. It feels very desirable. And yeah, just the way it's built, everything, it just feels like a next generation headset. I hope they do well with this, because it's so different from anything else that we've seen before.
Right.
And there's a number of things I'm going to talk about with this on my YouTube channel tomorrow, because I have moaned about a few things on this. And it's certainly not a perfect headset by any means. And in fact, to be honest, I prefer the Crystal in terms of image quality. But obviously, this is the final production unit, so I was really eager to see if things have changed.
Yeah.
So
like God grades and stuff.
I really, honestly, I know this is really mean, but I am going to wait and let you know on my channel. So if you're interested, please do subscribe or whatever, or don't. It's up to you. Just click the notification bell. I am going to make a video of it tomorrow, and I'm going to let you know everything that I've. But I will say, as I say,
looking forward to it.
The build quality of this device has been improved even more from the prototype. So it really does feel like a finished product. The only thing I don't really like still, I'm not sure that they can do anything about this really, is the facial interface itself. It just looks
it still looks the same way. Yeah,
it does, which I know this sounds really picky, but I just wish there was a way of making that look better. I don't know how, because obviously it's molded to your face. So when I put this on, like literally, it's just completely the contours of my nose and everything. But I don't know whether they could make some sort of I don't know, just any suggestions of how they would make this better? I don't really know how they could do it, but it just doesn't look desirable from the back. But it doesn't really matter. You're going to be putting the thing on your head, for God's sake, anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that's the only complaint in terms of the aesthetic sort of appearance of it. But I mean, it just looks so cool, doesn't it? It's such a cool looking thing. And yeah, I think I can see where they've made improvements. I'm going to talk about it in more detail on my channel tomorrow about the image quality and if things have changed. And yeah, I look forward to revealing that tomorrow.
Okay, wow, super exciting cliffhanger. So we all have to watch VR Flight Sim Guy tomorrow, and I will certainly watch your video. And then
I haven't actually made it yet, so I do need to make it. Yeah,
got it.
Just to say that the triangulator, thank you for that. I appreciate that, buddy, because yeah, it's always nice to know that people do actually enjoy my channel, because I know YouTube is a funny thing. You put yourself out there and you get lots of people who hate you for it and people who get very bitter, and unfortunately, it's a funny business, this YouTube. It's not as fun as what people make it out. It might seem great that I get these headsets and stuff, but there's a lot of work that goes on in the background, and I do get a lot of shit for it from people as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes you think, oh, do you know what? I don't need this. I'm just gonna forget and not bother doing it anymore, do something else. So when people say nice stuff, it actually makes a difference. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Right. Agreed. But honestly, like I'm kind of enjoying haters who hating. It sounds crazy, but if you have haters who hate on you, it means like you're doing the right thing, because they care about you. They spend so much time to watch your videos, and for a person who's watching all my videos, actually I consider them a fan. So yeah, so
way of seeing it. I like that.
And then they engage on my videos with the leaving comments, and then I reply to them, and they reply again. It's like amazing. So honestly, I'm super happy to have haters. If I didn't have haters, it means I wouldn't matter on this channel. So if you don't have haters, then you have a problem. So I love to have haters. I love it.
That's a good way of looking at things, actually, Seb. I do like that. It is funny, because when you put a video live, it's usually the first literally 30 seconds to like the first couple of minutes that you get those hateful comments. So they're the ones who are subscribed and they got the notifications on, which I find quite funny.
Yeah.
You know,
But
half the time.
what do they hate? I mean, well, what is there to hate?
Well, I guess I don't know. Just
They
just angry people. I guess
they just hate you. Yeah, they just hate you. Oh man, it's so funny. It's just so funny. What kind of people you meet with YouTube? It's incredible.
It is. It's a funny game.
Yeah.
And I won't do this forever. I don't. I certainly won't do this forever. And I once the fun stops, I will stop doing it. Really, it's just one of those things, really. But yeah.
But
anyway, getting back to the big screen beyond. As I say, it is a phenomenal headset, and it really does excite me to see. That this is possible in 2023, and what will that mean in, say, another 5 years time from now? People are taking note. All the manufacturers are looking at everybody else, and there's one thing I do, overall there's loads of features about this headset I love, but I think the best thing about this is the OLED panel together with the high resolution.
I love it.
It's just epic. And flying at night or sunset, it really is incredible. I was doing that actually last night. I tried it with a sunset sort of scene over the Alps, and in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the colors are just epic. Really nice.
OLED
I'm super
rocks.
impressed with it.
Yeah, I love it. Love it too.
But it's not perfect, guys, and there's a few things I want to talk about that I just feel so frustrated with, and also, but yeah. I can say it now, but no, I won't. I'll talk about it tomorrow.
Everyone who's watching this or listening to it, you have to absolutely go and subscribe to VR Flight Sim Guy and write something nice or really hate on him.
Whatever. It's fine.
Because both is good.
I love it. Yeah, so right. You're getting the final unit soon then, Seb, hopefully?
I honestly don't know. Like I'm writing to Darshan a lot of emails, but he doesn't reply to me like at all. So Darshan, if you're watching this or listening to it, I would obviously love to have the final unit as well. So yeah.
I will say something, guys, because I don't want to be too mean to you. I think that, in fact, I noticed this straight away with this headset, guys, that dogs are coming. Hello. The sweet spot, which is one of the things I complained about with this headset, is much better now. It is much better, and I'm so glad about that.
You're giving us more cliffhangers here, or are you going to tell me now? Tell us now what it is.
No, I'm just gonna. I've given you something there. The sweet spot. The sweet spot is much better.
Okay.
It really is, because on the pre-production unit, I did find that for pancake lenses, it could do with just being that bit better. Compared to, say, the Pico, even. I just thought, I don't know, it just leaves me a bit underwhelmed. But they have definitely improved, the overall edge to edge clarity. When you're in the sweet spot yourself, and you're always going to be in it, guys, because this facial interface.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, this facial interface, you put it on and you're instantly in the sweet spot, because obviously it's made to your face. And so because of that, I do feel that there's just that little bit more edge to edge clarity. It's not completely to the edge, but when you're in that center point and I look around, it's improved definitely from the prototype I had. So that was great. I was so pleased about that.
Right. That's great. But
so I'll give you that.
That's cool. Thank you. But I didn't have any problems with the sweet spot, even for the prototype, because just as you said, like the mold, it puts you perfectly into that sweet spot. So yeah, that is good. That's good. Yeah. Anyways, Big Screen Beyond. Tomorrow, you're going to find out what Steve, VR Flight Sim Guy, thinks about the final production unit. Can't wait to check it out. Nice.
Cheers. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to have a bit of a chat with him on Monday. So I'll mention you, Seb, to say, are you going to send one out?
Yeah, just exactly. Just tell him to reply to my emails.
Yes, I will do.
He probably gets so many emails from people.
They're very busy right now, of course. It's hands on deck now. The pre-orders are coming in.
Exactly, I get it. Like he has to deal with all that mass production, and he must be crazily busy. But yeah, please tell him I would love to unbox the final unit.
Right. Oh, also, Seb, I'm sure I saw on one of your videos you had issues with the big screen beyond jittering and having stutters.
Yeah, exactly. I did.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I might have to make a setup guide for this. Is when you're using this for, say, MSFS, DCS, make sure you click on the VR icon. Yes, please have a beer, thanks. Just log into your Steam account first and then click it through Steam. Don't just use it through the actual app on your desktop. And then for whatever reason, it works perfectly smooth.
Oh, really?
I don't know why that is. I'm going to mention this to him on Monday.
That's important. So again, I have to start Steam VR.
Yeah, just go into your Steam as if you're, just normally your Steam app, and then from within the Steam app, start Steam VR first. And then you'll find that it's a lot smoother for whatever reason.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's a bit of a bug somewhere. So
interesting. Yeah, good to know. Perfect. Yeah, right. That's Spatial Beyond. Great, very exciting headset, and happy that it's going out now to lots of people, and can't wait to see what they think of it. And you tomorrow.
Yes, I need to make that video tomorrow because I haven't bothered yet. But I know what I'm going to say, and I'm looking forward to sort of getting that out as soon as I can.
Nice. Yeah, the next topic is Meta. Meta Connect is going to happen 27th and 28th of September. So really soon. And obviously they will launch their new Quest 3 there. And expanding reality today and tomorrow with that new pass-through, with that mixed reality pass-through of the Quest 3, which is supposedly much, much better. Yes. So let's talk about Quest 3. What are your thoughts about it, about the Quest 3? It's going to cost around like 500 euros or dollars, has all these mixed reality goodness, supposedly better pass-through than the Quest Pro, which is a big deal, in my opinion, and a better chipset, which is way faster than that of the Quest 2 and the Pico 4. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about it?
First of all, I am really excited about the Quest 3.
Okay.
And as soon as I can get my hands on one and buy it, I will be doing so. Thank you very much. Cheers.
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 And what are you drinking there, Seb? Is it not non-alcoholic? What's going on there?
It's non-alcoholic. Yes. It's a healthy.
Actually, I keep forgetting it's like 3 a.m. where you are right now, isn't it?
It is.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, wow, that's dedication for you. It really is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I really wanted to talk with you.
Clearly, I feel a bit pressured now, but no,
no, don't need to.
But no, I really do. I am really excited about the Quest 3. And for me personally, I don't know a great deal about the specs of it at the moment, but I'm really excited mainly because of the pancake lenses. I feel that Meta make the best lenses in the business when it comes to, pardon the pun, clearly the Quest Pro, I think, has better lenses than even the Vario Aero. And that is
for sure,
because you know how much I love the Aero.
Yeah, but it does. There's no question, because there's no warping, right? It's just like really good lenses. I would totally agree with you. Like in pancake land, these are the best lenses that I've seen so far. So really, really good. Super excited about it.
Yeah, so they're only going to get better with the Quest 3 with another couple of years or so. How long has the Quest Pro been out? Actually, only 5 minutes, but no, you know what I mean? With that little bit more research tech, I do believe that the Quest 3 lenses are going to be absolutely phenomenal, really beautiful. And of course, with that new chipset, hopefully will mean more processing power when it comes to streaming. Hopefully the streaming capabilities of it are going to be much improved. Airlink 2.0 or something, something that, even though it's not going to have a DisplayPort connection, I don't know, I feel that I've just got this feeling it's going to be remarkably, a step up from what we've seen before with Airlink on the Quest, but also with other headsets as well. It may even be good enough for people to move on from, say, the likes of the G2 for flight sim purposes and stuff like that. So Yeah, I do feel this could be the best VR, best VR headset in terms of the best all-round VR headset,
Right.
we've seen for a long time, I think. So I am really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Steve, I can just say I totally agree.
It's annoying, isn't it, really?
Not even that. Not even that. I don't even think it's annoying, because my gripe with Meta was that forced Facebook
Yes.
login. You can remember, right? I was the guy who was like,
I think I can remember it. It was a whole 3 seasons worth of
like all the YouTubers, they got like so many subscribers thanks to the Quest 2, and I was like, no, you guys are evil. But I'm happy that I stood my ground there. But that problem is gone. Like, they don't have forced Facebook login anymore, so I don't have a problem with Meta at all. And honestly, I also, even at that point, when I was telling people, "Oh, forced Facebook login is evil," I still love the Quest 2. And even until now, the Quest 2 is remarkable. It is already old, but it's still usable. I can still use it, and I still use it, right? So that is an amazing headset. Now with the Quest 3 bringing us this remarkable, probably, I hope so,
hopefully,
pass through, better lenses where you don't have glare, better resolution displays as compared to the Quest Pro, because there was the Quest Pro's problem, in my opinion, that the resolution was not good enough, even though it is a nice colored panel. It has nice colors, but having this higher resolution, these good lenses, a very good 3D pass through, because you have 2 RGB cameras now. Wow. So I honestly think this is most probably going to be the daily driver for a lot of people, and it might even become the daily driver for me. Actually, I have the feeling it is going to become my daily driver, because I already like pass through, but if you have a 3D, like a really perfect 3D pass through with a high definition, wow, this whole mixed reality thing is going to completely blow our minds. We're going to do things that we even don't know yet how cool they are. So yeah,
Yes.
and getting that for $500, come on, really, like really, that is really a good price.
It is, yeah.
So,
Especially with everything. If you consider, obviously, inflation and everything anyway, it was never going to be £300. Like, for God's sake. It was £500 for all that tech is very impressive. And
yeah,
that's another
obviously
thing.
they're subsidizing it, obviously, right? But yeah.
Yes, of course. Again, it's probably more like an £800 headset, let's be honest, really, or more, if you bought it without. Having said that, I don't know, how does it work though? Because obviously, if you can opt out to have all your data, and you can have a different account and not have a Facebook account, is it subsidized? It's not as much as it was before. I don't understand that, really.
They would still collect your data,
okay,
in the Meta account, and then probably in the future they are also going to use it for advertising, right? But the problem was that they were mixing it up with all your Facebook data, and I don't want some cousins of me to know what I'm going to play, or I don't want them to have exactly, to watch, exactly. Or I don't want all that data that they already have from me connected with my VR play styles or whatever they catch there, right? So that was the problem. So on the long run, I believe it's still the same kind of business model, that they will collect my data on the Meta account, and then in the future, like, send me some ads there. But yeah, actually, it's still better that they don't connect it with that social login. Yeah. Also, of course, they're earning with the games, right? That makes sense, and I think that's totally fine. Obviously, like the 30% meta tax that they are collecting is part of it. So that's part. And one thing where they really make money actually is this here. So let's have a look at the pricing for the Quest 3 accessories.
That's interesting. Right? I haven't seen this.
So while the base unit is cheap, it only comes with that soft strap. So if you want to have like the Elite strap with battery, that in Europe goes for a whopping 150 euros.
Wow.
And if you want to have that beautiful charging dock that I want to have, you have to pay another 150 euro. So then you are already at like 300 euro on top of it.
Yeah, it's
And
getting more expensive now,
you
isn't
know,
it?
it's getting more expensive. And I believe many people want to have the Elite strap with battery. Many people want to have the charging dock. And then if you want to have the original carrying case, you have to pay another 80 euros. And 80 euros for carrying case, wow, that is expensive, right? Probably it cost them 5 euros or 10 euros in China to make it. But here is where they actually save them, earn the money back. And obviously it's a smart strategy, right?
My advice to everyone watching this is hold off. Don't buy any official Meta accessories, because I'm sure you've been the same, Seb. There's been quite a few emails I've had from particular developers who are bringing out accessories for the Quest 3, and they're looking good. And I'd imagine they're probably going to be cheaper than the official, or I hope they are anyway, or at least they should be, shouldn't they? Cheaper, I would imagine. They usually are a bit cheaper than the official stuff.
For sure,
so
way cheaper.
I would just wait, because there's going to be an influx of tons of accessories from other providers.
Let's say it from China.
Yes, well, yeah. So
the Bobo VRs and Kiwis and
VR cover,
AMVRs, VR cover of the worlds.
It's
they
going to
are
be
in touch with us right now.
Yes, exactly. So just hold off. Don't buy an overpriced branded accessory when there's lots to choose from. You're going to be spoilt with them.
You're right. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Sorry, Meta, but
it's a great point.
Yeah,
exactly. So just get the base unit, right? And then wait for the many third-party ones. Because
that's what I was going to do.
It's not going to cost the Elite strap with battery from a competitor. It's not going to cost 150 euros. Probably a bit more than a third, I would guess. Or so, I don't know. Like probably you want to wait. Yeah.
That was very specific. How would you know such information?
No. I mean, I guess or probably a bit more. Like
128.99.
If you let's say if you know that the original cost 150, probably it would make sense to sell it for. If I was like this kind of company, I would sell it probably for 69 or 79 euros for like half of it, and people would think it's cheap, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's great price.
Right?
If it's any good, that is, of course, because there's going to be a lot of crap out there as well, guys. So,
of course,
don't get me wrong, some accessories, there's some out there that are awful. But if you stick to the main providers that have been known to be good before, like you say, Bobo VR, a VR cover, and Kiwi. Kiwi really surprised me when I first tried their
Kiwi. They're good too. Yeah,
really good. Excellent.
AMVR. They know
AMVR. Yes,
AMVR is
really good.
A great job. Yeah. By the way, today's show is not being sponsored by any of those, unfortunately.
Honestly, I get accused all the time of saying stuff because I'm being sponsored to say it, and it's hilarious. Really? Yeah, honestly, I'm just a fan like everybody else, and if I'm excited about something, I'll be excited about it.
Yeah, I think same here.
Yeah, it's just how it goes, really. And if it is ever sponsored, I'll of course say something, but no, not sponsored at all. For any of these products. I think they deserve their praise because they've been good in the past. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with the Quest 3.
And soon you're going to see it on VR Flight Sim Guy and MRTV. Please use our affiliate anyway. No, those products are great.
So funny.
It's good that we can laugh about ourselves,
Of course.
It's really good to be to
I never take this seriously. I think people think I do, but I don't at all. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So sponsored by Playboy. Absolutely. That would be quite cool.
I would love it. I'm totally deep into all this influencer stuff, but I really still enjoy doing this job. And people who know us, they know we are like honestly excited about the things that we are excited about. Like I cannot act I could not act excited about something that I'm not excited about. So whenever I get some company that wants to do some kind of sponsored video, and I do sponsored video, I tell them, okay, send over the stuff. I'm going to check it out. And if I love your product, we can do a sponsored video. But if I don't love the product, then we're off. We're not going to do anything together. And I think this until now has been very fruitful, and it works.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because it is, you do sometimes feel pressure, but when people are so excited to show you something and then you actually it's
and
crap,
then you hate
sorry.
it.
But it's just the way it is. I would never be any different, really. Even though I do feel bad sometimes, it's just you can't do it any other way. It's just you've got to be honest, and it's so important to be transparent. And I review something imagining, like I bought this. If I do get something for free, I just imagine that I bought it myself and I've just got it, and just how it feels. I would just tell people exactly how it is, really. And that's why there are some VR headsets on the channel that I've had terrible reviews on my channel. Like, for instance, the Vive Pro 2. In fact, HTC never respond. I think I pissed them off now, because I don't think I've ever since then, they haven't really spoken to me, really. But I'm sorry, but I was not impressed with that headset at all, really. I mean, it had a nice display, but everything else was not very good on it. Like, I remember the DPVR, which I know you really like, Seb, but for me personally, I don't like that headset. Yeah, okay. I don't like it.
Wow, okay,
and
it's
just
the
way
to have
goes.
a different opinion. Yeah,
of course. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So
right. Yeah. So getting something for free, like if I get a new headset, I don't feel happy about it. For me, it's just like more work. Like, I'm not honestly, like if there's some people out there who think like, oh, Sebastian got that headset for free, like it doesn't mean anything for me, honestly speaking. I just know, okay, this is a headset, and if I show it, it's great for the company. So, I know what it is worth for a headset to be shown on MRTV and being liked by me. So no.
Yeah. Well, I actually really like it when we have a difference of opinion, because that makes me think about the device differently, and maybe seeing things from a different angle is always really interesting, because it's not like I've got loads of VR friends that I know that can try it and give me their opinion as well. Usually it's just me on my own thinking about the product and how I feel. So it's really interesting sometimes to talk to other people about what they think, and it's really useful.
Absolutely, yeah, it's great, and I'm happy that we're doing this podcast, and I'm glad that we're back here. It feels so good. I enjoy it, and I'm happy that there's people watching this right now and that they are happy. Thank you so much, Norman, for $5. This is just an excellent program, and I want to show my appreciation. Nice. Thank you so much, Norman. That's incredible. Greetings to the islands, Bermuda.
There we go. I was gonna say something else as well. Oh yeah, getting back to the Quest 3 anyway.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Exactly.
I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on all sorts of tangents tonight. I'm not being very concise with my topics, so apologies.
It's okay.
I'm just all over the place tonight because I'm not used to being on YouTube, but I've had such a long break from it. I feel like I'm.
And is it fun? Again. Is it fun to be online again and to give people this? Yeah, just true talk. Like, we just say whatever we think, right? If it's a good thing or a bad thing about Pimax or all the other, it's so great.
It's just nice to talk about VR again, and for us to be talking about it and have people in the chat as well. I feel like I don't have enough people in my real life to talk about VR, so it's just nice to be able to sit and chat about it over a beer. And I feel like we're all in the pub together chatting about it. It's great.
Exactly. Love it. Yeah. So back to the Quest 3. So the base unit is good priced at $500. Not as cheap as the Quest 2 was. So there's still going to be some friction in terms of, okay, it's not cheap enough for this to become like an impulse buy, but the rumor mill is talking about some Quest device down the line, which is going to cost $200. So we don't have anything about it. It's just rumors. So yeah, that would obviously be the impulse buy price where people will just buy it. And looking forward to to that. Anyway, so $500 is still a good price in my opinion, and they're getting the money back with these overpriced accessories.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's have a look at something interesting. Let's have a look at the unboxing of the Quest 3. Have you seen
No,
that
I haven't.
yet?
I haven't seen this. No.
So here it is. This
Ooh,
is
look at that.
This is what it looks like. And I like that those new controllers, they don't have the ring anymore, right? So this is good. Device itself.
Oh, has it got that horrible facial interface again? That kind of clothy,
Yeah,
irritating.
it does. It does. But you can
Yeah.
buy the silicone one for $50 only. Only $50.
$50.
Yeah,
God,
that's why
that's
they make.
expensive.
This is how they make the money, right?
Yeah,
With
that
these
is
accessories.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. So the controllers look good. Like them. No more rings. No more tracking rings.
So are they tracked like the Quest Pro then? Have they got their own tracking?
No. They don't have their own tracking. It still works just as with the Quest 2, but they managed to position the infrared lights somewhere else.
That's clever.
Yeah, that's clever.
Very, very meta, really. That they are
They
very
can do
good at
it.
this sort of thing.
They can do
They
it.
really are.
They're strong. You know, I really like them for how they push the whole topic forwards and how they make the Quest 2 better and better still with better software. And that's a cool thing, right? The hardware is already good, but the software is getting better and better and better every single month. So even if you have the old Quest 2, it's now a different headset than it was when it came out. And for the Quest 3, I'm so sure it is amazing now when we get our hands on, but it's going to get better and better and better down the line. So in my opinion, the Quest 3 is going to become a must-buy. And I'm telling you, MRTV is going to become kind of a Quest 3 channel for a while at least. I'm excited. I'm excited about the headset. I want it, and I will talk a lot about the things that I do with it. Not all the things, but most of the things. Most of the things that I'll talk about.
Yeah. For me as well, I am getting excited about this sort of pass-through technology because being Meta, with the way that their software is just so good and so polished, I'm wondering whether there's a way of being able to fix a sort of pass-through portion of the VR screen and put it where my controllers are, you know, so that I'm able to actually see my environment. I mean, there won't be anything like that, I don't think, in the native software, but I've got a feeling there'll be some very clever technology, a very clever software out there from third parties that could make that happen. Because with that sort of much better high resolution screen, it would be a shame if we couldn't use it for flight sim fans and stuff, where we can actually look at our controls as well. You know, a bit like what Vario are doing.
Yeah. If they could pull it off with the Quest 3, wow, that would be crazy.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, in terms of the hardware, it's there. It's just a case of adding it in and finding a way around the software. But that would be amazing if we could do that.
That would be unbelievable. Thank you so much, Stefan. Stefan alias Pied Piper, super sticker, €5.99. Peer character lifting some weight saying, keep it up. Thank you so much for that super sticker. I know it's the peer who's lifting. Yeah, I know that super sticker.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, amazing member of the community. Cool. So Quest 3, I'm excited about it. You're excited about it. I honestly believe that most people who are watching this and listening to this are excited about the Quest 3. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. And you know what happened? I have bought my very first iPhone.
No way. The new iPhone 15?
Yes. I have bought my first iPhone. I have bought or pre-ordered. I've pre-ordered the iPhone 15 Pro. And I did so because of VR, because this is the single smartphone which is kind of a must-have phone for XR crazy nuts enthusiasts.
Really? Well, tell me more, because I have no idea why you've done this.
Oh, you did? You don't even know?
I'm intrigued. No idea.
Okay. The Apple Vision Pro is going to come out, right? The Apple had said. And
oh, right. Yes,
right?
the integration of it. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. And when they showed off the Apple Vision Pro, they said that actually the Apple Vision Pro is also a camera. So you can kind of shoot video with the Apple Vision Pro while wearing it. And we thought like, okay, that's okay, but it's a bit strange, right? When I'm there at my best friend's birthday or at a wedding, I don't want to wear that thing to take a spatial video, right? And that is where the iPhone 15 Pro comes in, because it has a 3D camera on board. Spatial video. These two cameras here, they will become 3D cameras. So you will be able to record spatial video with your iPhone 15 Pro, which you can then watch in beautiful 3D in your Vision Pro. And in my opinion, this is so smart. This is such a game changer, because so many people will be able to take 3D videos. I'm excited about it, and that is why I bought my first iPhone.
Wow. Okay. I guess that's what they want you to do, isn't it? Apple, really, to be honest.
No,
You know?
got me. They finally got me. I
Yeah.
was able to resist all these years of my life.
I
bought-
just thought,
you know,
the iPhone 15 just had a new cable, a USB-C cable
yeah.
charger. I thought that was the only new feature of it. So
No, but it's not. The iPhone 15 Pro has a spatial 3D camera, or these two cameras. They will become the spatial camera. And it's so cool, right? That you will be able to record your memories in 3D. And I believe that's going to look breathtaking in these 4K micro OLED displays of the Apple Vision Pro. Wow. So in my opinion, must have for all those people who want to buy the Apple Vision Pro later, and a game changer. I hope that they would build in a 3D camera into the iPhone just for this task, right? To be able to watch it in the Vision Pro, and they did. So, in my opinion, Apple is killing it. It's so smart, and I can't wait to try it out.
So you're telling me then, Seb, you're in it for the Apple Vision Pro and the iPhone. You're buying the headset and the phone. You're going to get both.
Of course.
Which
Yeah,
what's
of
that going to be?
course.
About $5,000
Yeah.
worth of.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
I just bought the most expensive phone in my life, no question about it, and I will buy the Apple Vision Pro. And because I cannot, the Apple Vision Pro is not being sold in Germany, right, and also not in Taiwan. So I don't know yet how I'm going to make it happen. If I ask somebody to buy it for me and send it over, or if I have to fly to the States and hand pick it up and make a video about that, I will do it.
That'd be cool.
I am going to get my hands on that device. Yeah, I will do it. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah,
I remember when was it the Quest Pro? You had like a big road trip to go get it, didn't you?
I drove to France.
Yeah, you did.
In my car to get it on the first
I love
day.
that.
And I paid like 2,000 euros for it, and I had to obviously pay the gas, and I had to stay over for one night in France, which was amazing. And then I drove home, and I had it on day one. It was cool. So yeah, I'm a bit of a nutcase when it comes to VR. Obviously, you know that. So I am going to do that. So yeah. Interesting. Very exciting.
It'd be interesting to see how that looks like in practice when you do these sort of spatial videos. Yeah. How it really looks and how it.
Same here. I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel this technology hopefully eventually will come down to us mere mortals anyway.
Yeah.
But I do like how this is the thing.
It will. At one point, it will. Right. It will come down here. These two cameras will become the spatial cameras. So we have to find out how good will the 3D effect be, because those cameras are kind of close to each other, right? They don't have like the distance like our eyes. So they probably have to do some software AI magic to make it look really 3D. But I trust that they can do it convincingly. Yeah, we have to see. We have to see how good this will be. Interesting stuff.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I must admit, it'd be interesting to see what the quality is like, and like you say, the 3D effect and how convincing it is and stuff. But yeah, I personally wouldn't spend that amount of money just for that one feature myself personally, but unless you're obviously really, really excited about using it a lot.
Right.
But I wasn't aware that the iPhone 15 had that.
Yeah.
So that is kind of cool.
Yeah, good that
But
you're in this
I think-
podcast.
yeah, exactly. But I think I might wait till it gets to Android. You know, I'm an Android user personally, so hopefully at some
Yeah,
point
I was
maybe we'll
too.
have that technology.
I was too. So, but I'm excited about this phone. It also looks good, and also it will obviously make for great content here on my channel. So for me, it's also about work, right? So it makes sense.
And you'll be able to scan your face now for your big screen
Yeah,
beyond.
you're right. I will
It's
be
worth
able
it for
to
that.
do it. Exactly. Great. Yeah, that is the iPhone 15 Pro, in my opinion, the first kind of must-have phone for the super crazy VR enthusiasts that are going to pick up the Apple Vision Pro next year. Okay, cool. Now let's get to a very super duper exciting topic. Next to trymytech, this is probably the most exciting topic of today. We are talking about.
I know nothing about it.
It's okay. I'm going to tell you everything about it, and you can ask questions.
Please do.
We are going to talk about a new headset, and that headset is the Immersed Visor. And Immersed is an app for your VR headsets, for nearly every single VR headset that is out there. And what is it? It's an app that will allow you to use your computer on virtual screens. So with the Immersed app, you simply load it onto your Pico 4, your Quest Pro, or whatever you have, and then you can use your desktop on like up to 5 virtual screens, and the app is fantastic. It is really good. It is like such a useful app if you want to work on these virtual screens. And even on the Quest 2, it kind of worked nice, even though you didn't have that color pass-through, right? Then on the Pico 4, it got so good with the color pass-through, and the Quest Pro with that kind of spatial color pass-through. So really, really nice. But now they're coming out with their own hardware, with their own headset, and they set out to simply bring us the best headset that is simply built for this purpose, built for connecting this to your laptop, connecting this to your MacBook Air, connecting this to your Windows laptop or desktop, and simply have the best headset, which will give you that super clean and clear virtual screens that you cannot differentiate from a real monitor, because the Immersed Visor has 2 4K micro OLED displays.
Ooh.
Just
Now
like
I'm listening.
Just like the Apple Vision Pro.
I'm listening
right?
now.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So, this is the visor, and you connect it to your laptop or whatever, and then boom, you can use the it's a dedicated headset for the Immersed app, but giving you that super unbelievable 4K display. So you know how good the Bigscreen Beyond looks, right? With 2.5K displays. Think about the same kind of colors and blacks, but with 4K per eye. Wow. What do you say now?
Well, I just noticed Artful say something that might be a massive sort of disaster for me anyway, in terms of how I'm intrigued by this, is the fact that is it 6 degrees of freedom? Is it could you use it?
It is 6 degrees of freedom.
Is it? Okay. Oh, okay. I think it is then. Okay.
It is 6 degrees of freedom. It has built-in inside-out tracking, so you don't need base stations for it. Everything is inside the device. And yeah,
I really like I love the look of it.
The look
Absolutely gorgeous.
The look is fantastic, right? So
that is exactly what we were saying before about the Bigscreen Beyond, how this is the next, like, a new iteration of VR headsets, and this seems to be the next one. Well, at least anyway, one that's just been announced that could follow that trend. So
yeah,
wow,
exactly. Look at this
degrees field of view.
Yeah, 100 degrees field of view. So this is just like very comparable to what we see with the Apple Vision Pro, right? So yeah, this is great. The thing is, I really exactly want something like this in my life, like a headset that will truly allow me to work in VR. Right now, with the headset that we have now, you can't really work so well in VR. right? Like also like with
Yeah,
the AR
definitely.
headsets. Like yes, they look good, like the X-Real Air and Rocket Max and the Viture, they all look amazing. But they have only that small FOV of like 40 or 50 degrees, right? So actually, I want something like this that I can just plug in, but with a VR headset. And that is exactly what the Immersed Visor is giving us. And this truly, truly excites me. Wow, I'm shocked. like,
So
like
it's
truly.
so it's going to be around 200 grams as well, which is very, very nice.
Do they say this?
I'm just looking at Rotor VR.
Okay.
Providing 100 degrees field of view, it's said to be 25% lighter than a smartphone.
Yeah.
Probably putting it at its weight somewhere around 200 grams.
Probably.
So it's going to be basically it's going to be lighter than the Pimax Crystal. Then I think we can deduct that.
Yeah, probably it's something like the Bigscreen Beyond, I would guess. But it's a very similar technology. Look at this.
Does look good.
Look at this. Spatial computing that fits in your hand. So look at this form factor. This is crazy.
Nice.
This is crazy. So custom fit
I love the idea of just climbing into my motion rig and instead of putting a huge headset on my face, just literally just having like almost a pair of glasses or around that sort of style, like exactly like that, to be able to just put on and just feel great straight away. I really want to, in say 5 years from now, like be laughing at the thought.
We will laugh about it.
Some of these headsets. Thinking,
of course.
Do you remember when we used to put that on? And oh my god, how big
we will laugh about this. We will look back. We will look back to our videos, wearing the Arrow and the Crystal, and like saying like, "Oh, guys, this is amazing! Like
so comfortable.
It's so
amazing.
It's so comfortable." Right? We're going to laugh our asses off. It's going to be amazing. Yeah,
I hope so. I hope that happens. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, right.
But it looks really cool.
It's really good. Yeah, it looks really amazing. But
do we have like a bullet point specs? Do we have much
we don't
information?
Know. We don't know yet. Okay, they
cool.
didn't give us the specs. But what we know, this is not a Steam VR headset. This is truly only for this use case of using your computer in VR, like on these virtual screens. But honestly, I think that's fine because I really want this kind of headset in my life. Right. So
it'd be great though if it was a way of finding some sort of hack to be able to enable it for Steam VR.
Probably that might happen. That might happen in the future.
It'd be odd. I think it's odd for at this point within the genre of all this. Everything's so niche that it would make sense for it to be open to as many use cases as scenario. Why limit yourself to just a work-based headset? I just don't get that. I mean,
you know what? I totally get it. Because this company is about this use case, and they completely manufactured it to be the perfect headset exactly for that use case. If they would have to deal with everything else as well, like Steam VR compatibility, like motion controllers, it would be something else. And yeah, so I'm totally on it. Like, if this device can do one thing, but it kills it with that one thing, and this is to give me virtual screens that are indistinguishable from real screens, but I can bring them anywhere I go with my MacBook Air. Come on, shut up and take my money. So yeah, I think it's great that it's so purposely built for only this single thing.
Interesting how Optimus 514, thank you for letting us know that. Apparently, their CEO said it would possibly support OpenXR. So if that has OpenXR integration, then there's every possibility that we could use this for games as well and sims. That would be pretty cool.
What you can do for sure, you will be able to play 2D screens on a big virtual screen, right? So yeah. that use case is there already. So, that's not bad. Here, look, you can have like this huge, you can have like 5 screens like this, or you can have like a huge virtual screen like this. So you can play your 2D games, you can play your Starfield on that huge screen. And, 4K per eye is going to be indistinguishable from reality. Yeah, so, oh, wow. Yeah. Anyways,
that's got to be what sort of PPD will that be? God, it's going to be right up there, isn't it? It's going to look incredible.
It's going to be high.
Nice.
So yeah, spec wise, very close to the Apple Vision Pro, right, which costs like $3,500. So what do you think? We don't know yet how much this is going to cost, right? So what do you expect? How expensive is this? It has Apple Vision like optics. It is super light. It has built-in 6 degrees of freedom. What do you think? How expensive is this going to be?
I don't feel I'm qualified enough to even guess, to be honest. But as a wild guess, I'd probably say about $2,500. Maybe, undercutting Apple by a large margin, but still being very, very within the upper reaches of most people. So, I as a guess, but I'm not. I don't know really. What do you think?
Yeah, well, this must be more expensive than the Bigscreen Beyond, I believe, for sure. I think the Bigscreen. By the way, I don't think the Bigscreen Beyond is expensive. I think the Bigscreen Beyond is really actually cheap for what they give us, right? So this here having Apple Vision specs.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's probably $1,799.
It's very, very precise. It's almost like But, okay.
I guess something like this. So yeah, and it would be cheap, right? If you think about the Apple Vision Pro, it can do similar things like the Apple Vision Pro, probably very similar or the same displays, right? Then it will still be like half the price of the Vision Pro. So $1,799, and then you have to add tax. So probably
you have to
2,100 euros.
Well, just like Meta, Apple are at the top of the game when it comes to engineers in terms of their software. I don't know. I think it's going to be quite a versatile headset within its field. The Apple, obviously, it's going to have to be for the price, but I think for what they've shown, that mind-blowing presentation, and even the way that was put together, I don't know. I still would probably, if I was in the market for a headset like this, I'd probably still be a bit wary with that. Really, it'd have to undercut the Apple Vision Pro quite a bit for me to be interested in this, simply because it's an unknown product, isn't it? Obviously they're known for their software, but this is a new venture for them. And as much as I'm not an Apple fan at all, I appreciate, obviously, and respect the incredible, impeccable software that they have, their OS systems, the way everything's integrated together would be a lot more, I don't know, desirable, much more of a product that I would feel more happy with spending money than something like this. So I think, watch the space with this, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think it should. Hopefully, we'll find out more information about it anyway.
That is a good point. That is a good point, because I'm really happy to tell you that Immersed is going to world exclusively.
Here we go.
Launch this or reveal everything, all the specs and all the price exclusively here on MRTV this Tuesday, 9 a.m. PT. Boom! Mic blown.
Drop.
Mic drop. So watch this space this coming Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Watch the reveal interview here on MRTV, where the Immersed team is going to reveal all the specs, all the price, all the availability here on MRTV.
And boom! I never knew this guy. I never knew that at all. That's a bit of a shock to me as well. So, in other words, if don't pre-order your Apple Pro Vision thing yet, just wait for this, and then we'll find out more information. And I'll certainly be tuning in to listen to that, probably at work, but don't tell my boss.
Cool. Yeah, but it's going to be 9 a.m. PT is in the evening.
That's the evening, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to hear so much more about the Immersed Visor next week. So absolutely, set your alarm clocks if you are in the States. It's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific time. So then we will know everything about it. Wow. So looking forward to that interview. Yeah. all that goodness is coming up.
Absolutely.
Really happy about that one.
I hope they're able to show us some sort of prototype of it as well, because it does look gorgeous in terms of its design. But
it does look really
I
good.
want to know everything about it. I want to know what it can do, especially if it has some sort of OpenXR integration. Then it might have something the Apple Vision Pro won't have, and a possibility to use it for gaming. And that will be a huge area that this could be a massive market for. I know it's not meant for that, I know, but if it has that capability, sort of unsupported use of it, then great, even better.
Right. Yeah, we will find out. We will find out everything really soon here on MRTV. Yeah, cool. So exciting stuff. Man, I love today's podcast. It is so cool. It's so nice to be back and so nice to talk with you about all these exciting things.
Always a pleasure, Seb. Absolutely. And it's just nice to be able to, as I said before at the beginning, just to be able to just chat about VR amongst everybody who's so into it and so passionate about it. It gets me fired up again. It really does.
Yeah, same here. It's so good. It's so fun. I love this podcast. Love the people who are watching this. And like, we are all like enthusiasts, right? We are all crazy about this topic. And to finally have people who are the same, love it. Yeah. Perfect. So the last topic is my own plug, right? My own new project, which is trymytech. Yes, super excited about it, super fired up about it, of course. And it's coming out soon, or it's there already. You can go there, but it's still in beta, so people cannot really sign up now. But very, very super soon, it's going to happen. So for all the people who don't know yet what trymytech is something that I would put in a nutshell. It's an Airbnb, but for tech gadgets. So if you own that Pimax Crystal, or in the future, if you own that Apple Vision Pro, you'll be able to earn money with it. You'll be able to earn money with it by starting your own experience. An experience is simply like you showing it to people. You inviting people to your house, to your garage, to your office, and you show them the VR headset that you own, or the gadget that you own. Because I really saw this problem that we cannot actually check out the high-end headsets. We cannot go to a Best Buy and check out the Pimax Crystal, or some other headsets. We cannot do that. So we have to rely on these crazy influencers that are just out there to get your affiliate money, right? So it's a pain. It's a pain. So the best thing to do is try it yourself, but we were not able to do it. And that is my big vision for trymytech. In the future, we simply go to trymytech, we enter the name of the product that we're looking for, like, I don't know, Crystal or Apple Vision Pro or whatever. Then lots of these red dots are going to pop out there, and these are actually locations where people want to show you that device. Then you go there, you click on it, and then you find out, okay, this person, he wants, $149 is a bit expensive for the MRTV experience, but it's probably $30 or whatever. And for that money, they are going to show us the device for an hour or so. I go there. If I love it, I'm going to buy the product, probably going to get even a discount code from that host, from that company, because they want to encourage people to actually check it out, like Pimax is doing that, for example. And then I try it, and then I happily can buy it. That's the consumer side. On the other side, it's us enthusiasts, people like you and me. Probably we want to own that Pimax Crystal or that Somnium VR1, right? But probably we are not financially able to buy it. So what can we do? We buy it, but then we make money with it. We make money with it by starting our own experience. And we allow other people to check it out at our place and earn money by doing so. And like this, we can still get that Somnium VR1. We can still get that Behaptics vest, or we can still get that Cat VR, right? So so that is pretty exciting, in my opinion. What do you think?
Well, of course, I remember when we had a chat about this a while ago now. Well, it probably wasn't that long ago. It feels like it. And, the first thing that pops into my head is like, the best ideas are sometimes the ones that are the most simple. And it's the kind of idea where you think, why has no one done this before? And it feels a bit like this with this new venture of yours. I do feel that
Thank you, man.
it's quite an incredible idea, really. And I thought, well, the Airbnb for technology, it's such a great slogan. I do love the idea. And I wish I could do that, be part of it. But unfortunately, being an influencer, I can't really have people coming to my house to try headsets because I can't really have people knowing where I live, unfortunately. Otherwise, I think for most other people, of course, that are just huge enthusiasts, and it's a great way of getting a high-end headset pretty much for free, or at least making money from it. I think it's a good opportunity. I think the only thing is just, I think it can be, there's some risks there of obviously people coming to your house, and there's implications there. So as long as that's kind of tight in terms of insurances or whatever needs to be done. I don't understand it because I'm not a businessman, but I just know that is an area where it needs to be thought about. But as an idea and the execution of it, and of course now it's in full swing, I do think it's a great idea because I really don't. It's such a shame that you cannot go to a store to try out any VR headset. Really, perhaps maybe the Quest 3 when there might be some sort of store. I've no idea if that will ever even be a thing, but it's such a shame that you have to buy these headsets based upon just our opinion, because VR is such a personal thing. It really is. And the only real way you're going to know if the headset is for you is if you try it yourself. And unfortunately, you can't do that. You're going to have to buy it with the the information that's already out there, with the reviews that are already out there, coming from people who have a different perception of VR than you might have.
That's the point. It's so individual.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
it's so individual. And I saw that in my career as VR headset reviewer, that the people are so different. Like I was so sure, like when I reviewed the G2, right, the HP Reverb G2, for my eyes and for the position of my eyes in my skull, I have a really nice edge-to-edge clarity, even in the HP Reverb G2. And I was shocked when I heard, like, many people thought, like, wow, it sucks. Like the edge-to-edge clarity of the HP Reverb G2 is so bad. And I was like so surprised. But then I understood, okay, it's really a lot about the distance from your eyes to the lenses. If that is closer, then you probably won't have any problem with edge-to-edge clarity, right? So it's so individual. And therefore, I also started this MRTV experience where people could come to my office and try things out for the first time themselves. And that was already great. And that was like the big aha moment, like, wow, this is the best thing. The best thing is for people to try it out themselves. And actually, through the MRTV experience, I, for the first time, like really earned some money with this crazy YouTube thing. Like I did MRTV for years and years, just living from my savings. And then finally I earned some money with MRTV, with the MRTV experience. That was a good moment. That was a good feeling. And then the pandemic hit.
Oh,
and I had to shut it down.
It did, yeah. I remember. When it hadn't started for very long, did it? It was such bad timing.
It was a terrible timing,
guys.
But anyways, at that time, I thought about, okay, how can I like multiply this business? How can I bring this to more people? And that's actually when I had the idea for trymytech. So I had this idea for years, and now finally, I found now is a great time to actually do it, and now I'm doing it. So trymytech is going to be available in the US, in the UK, and in Germany first. So these 3 countries first, but then I'm going to spread to other countries. But first, I'm going to get the US, the UK, and Germany right. So people can sign up right now, actually, by going to trymytech.com. For US, it's us.trymytech.com. For the UK, it's gb.trymytech.com. And for Germany, it's de.trymytech.com. And they can click on sign up on the top right, and they can put themselves into a mailing list. And I'm starting now to send out invitations to people to actually sign up. And I'm really grateful that you mentioned these kind of pitfalls that we have to watch out here. Security, right? The security of the hosts. and that is just so important, obviously, right? So the security, and for that, now what I've implemented. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at something someone said. Sorry, it got me. That did.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm just not
So
gonna say it. But
I'm
yeah,
seeing it
just
too,
made me
right?
laugh. Just made me
From
laugh.
Technic Checker, right?
Technic, yeah. Behave.
Behave, please. I'm
Sorry.
trying to be very serious here.
Yeah.
So about the security of people. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm simply following the Airbnb playbook. So first of all, for people to sign up and become an experienced host, they have to do an ID check. So obviously, I need to know if they're real and if they're really living where they say they are
cool.
living to open that. But what I'm also doing for every single person who signs up for an experience, they also have to do an ID check, right? So they also have to give us their ID so we know, okay, on that day, this guy, he is really the person who he says he is or she is, and then we know it already feels better. It's just like Airbnb does it, right? So accountability, we know exactly who is going to visit you at your experience. And then for liability, obviously that is a big topic in the US and also in Europe, everything, right? What happens if somebody falls down or something or whatever, right? So there's different kind of possibilities to do that, and I'm opting for the waiver. So the experienced guests, they have to sign a waiver taking off the liability for checking out the experiences. That is the simplest way to go for it, for the experienced host to be on the safe side, to be sure that they are not being sued over millions if something happens. Yeah, so obviously I'm thinking about all these kind of things, and I'm really excited about trymytech, obviously, and I truly hope that our community is also excited about it. But I feel the excitement. I feel people write to me a lot. There's also a Discord server. Lots of people have actually signed up already, and lots of people are going to get invitations soon. And also there's some super exciting promotions going on. Like people in the US and UK and Germany, they can actually apply for getting a free Pimax crystal if they live in one of the big.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool, right? If they're living in the big cities in the US or the UK, and if they have a beefy machine and a nice play space, if they want to sign up and get a crystal for free, a loaner, right? Then they can simply apply. And I made a video about this today on the channel, so which is pretty amazing. And lots of exciting things coming up on trymytech. I'm excited about this.
I do like how it seems to be like a win-win for everybody involved, really, because you've got the manufacturers like Pimax and perhaps others as well sending out these headsets, which are then going to get a lot more back, hopefully, through trying them out. Because believe me, guys, if you do try an Aero or a Crystal, 9 times out of 10, I'm imagining you're going to be pretty blown away with it.
Exactly.
And then of course you've got the guy who's, going to be showing these off. You're going to actually earn money through this, and perhaps you're going to be able to get their headset for free and then pay it off. Great idea, because they are, it's a great way of getting yourself a high-end headset if you can't afford one. Brilliant. I do. It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Can I ask Seb, how did you think of the name? Because the slogan or the name of your company is as simple as the idea behind it. I love it. And where did it come from? Did you just go trymytech and go, hang on, that's going to be the name?
Yeah, actually, it was quite soon how I came up with it. I just thought, like, what is it? What does it do? It's trymytech, and then I went for it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Cool,
it's clever. Cool. It's very clever because you remember that trymytech is such an easy thing and very memorable thing to say, and it also explains exactly what it does. It says what it does on the tin. So I really do. I think that's a fantastic name.
Thank you
for this.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And again, I do feel, Seb, that I don't know whether you're planning this or not, but it could be bigger than just VR. It could be,
it could
all sorts of things.
It could be
from try my 4090. Whatever.
It could be in the future. It could be. Absolutely. It could be. But honestly, right now, I'm laser focused on our industry. I really want to solve
Yes.
this problem first actually for our industry. If all of us know that if I want to try the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm in a country where there is no Apple Vision Pro yet, if I want to try the Crystal, or if I want to try the Visor or the Bigscreen Beyond, I simply go to trymytech.com. I'm gonna find something close to me, and I'm gonna book it, and it's good for everything, for everyone. And I'm even going to get that $30 or $40 back by using the discount code that I will get from the experience provider, because they will have discount codes so that they can even earn a bit. And the person who goes there and first pays a fee, they're going to get the money back when they really buy the device.
Okay,
it's a win-win for everyone, right? So I'm laser focused on this first, on XR, on our industry. And once this is completely like established in our industry, then I'm going to think about going to other things. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, I wish you all the best with this, Seb, and please keep us updated to how things are going. And I must admit, I want to buy. That was an unconscious thing I just said, because I do want to buy an Apple Vision Pro, but I don't know if I can really afford it, considering I'm not going to use it for flight simulation. I know that I'm probably not going to use it for the purpose I want. So for that particular purpose, I might actually use it myself and find someone with one nearby, or even come to you or whatever and try it out.
That's exactly going to happen. That's exactly going to happen. People will be able to start experiences with the Apple Vision Pro that they import to the UK or that they import to Germany, because it's not going to be there first, right? It's first going to come out in the States. So therefore, you will first be able to try out the Apple Vision Pro in Germany and in the UK on trymytech.com. And I think that's
pretty big.
That is pretty exciting. I think that is pretty exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, as I say, yeah, it's a great move.
Thank you.
I do hope it's successful, because
thank you.
I mean, these sorts
I will
of
work
ideas,
hard on this.
It's funny, because I do think, like, why has anything like this happened? Has there been anything of this vein before, this idea? And I don't think there has.
Not
this
really.
Is quite a new.
No. This is for this. It's really new. I haven't heard about anything similar. So yeah, really excited about it. Please follow it. Follow all the stuff. Like, there's a YouTube channel where I'm going to upload videos. There's a blog on the website on trymytech.com, and obviously there's also Twitter, and the handle is @trymytechglobal. Let me write that here, @trymytechglobal. Yeah, so I was doing lots of giveaways, right? Like the Pimax Crystal giveaway, which got like 300,000 views and quite a few new subscribers as well, like Strike. There was really good, but there's going to be more. There's going to be way more giveaways. We're going to give away like the Vitro soon, the Rogue Kit, the X-Reel. There's going to be so many giveaways. It's crazy. Yeah. So stay tuned. There's going to be good stuff coming.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, cool. So please do let me know in the comment section. Do let me know, what do you think about trymytech? Is it something that you would use as a guest? Is it something that you could imagine to do yourself in order to finance like an expensive headset like the Apple Vision Pro? And I'm telling you, people out there in Germany and in the UK, if you open an Apple Vision Pro experience, people will come to check it out.
Oh yes,
right.
You'll probably earn the amount of money you paid for it back in, say, maybe a week even.
I'm so sure. Just the fact that the Apple Vision Pro, you will first be able to try it out in Germany and the UK on trymytech.com. It's going to be huge for the website. So if you want to start an experience with the Apple Vision Pro, just get ready to import it, and you will make the money back of this Apple Vision Pro, of these 3,500 US or whatever it's going to cost. So that's going to be very exciting. Yes.
Would be great, Seb. Would there be a way of showing this in action on your channel? Have you got any plans for a video to sort of explain this? Like,
sure.
So you could just show someone coming in, if obviously happy to be filmed, because there's a whole thing right there. But make sure they're happy to be filmed, and for it to sort of see the whole process of how it works, and
Yeah.
That would be really cool to see that on your channel, actually, if you get a
Of
chance.
course. People will see it on the channel. I'm going to show it, and other YouTubers actually, they're going to start their experience. I'm happy to have Anders VRcade here in the chat. Hi, Ender. So Ender is going to be one of the very first experience providers in the US actually, and
Cool.
he's going to show off his Pimax crystal and lots of other cool things. So people out there, go and subscribe to Anders VRcade. He's here in the chat right now. So go and absolutely subscribe to his channel. He has amazing videos, and he's one of the first experience providers in the US. And I hope that he's going to make some videos about it, like some interviews with the guests where normal people who are not influencers will simply talk about their experiences with the hardware, and these kind of videos will actually also like advertise trymytech. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
Trying to find your channel now. I can't find it. I want to subscribe.
Yeah,
I can't find his channel.
Anders VRcade. Hopefully you can find it.
Yeah, I'll have a look now. Cool.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. So
I found you. Subbed. Brilliant.
Yeah. So everyone, please subscribe to Anders VRcade. Yeah. So lots of exciting things are going to happen on trymytech. I'm going to keep you updated, of course. So do all the good things with subscription, Twitter and stuff. And I will also keep you updated here on the podcast if there's something new happening. So we're still in beta phase, but we're slowly getting out of this beta phase. And soon people are going to get their first invitations to start their experience. And then the real goodness is going to be coming up.
Definitely. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's it for today, I guess. We have talked about all topics in 2 hours. Really, really love to be back here. Wow, it was so amazing to talk to you, Steve.
It's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It was so cool. And I'm also looking forward, obviously, to speak with Tatiana, hopefully next week. She's hopefully going to be back. And so I'm so glad that this show is back now after long weeks of being not there on the channel. So for all the people who are watching this right now, give it a thumbs up right now. And please do leave a comment. That absolutely helps out this podcast, and it tells the algorithm, yes, please show other people a 2-hour-long stream of two guys talking about VR. So do it, please. Do it right now. And do leave the comment. What do you think about trymytech? It will be super important for me to read about your thoughts about trymytech. And please let me know what you think of it. Positive or negative, both is fine, as you know. Yes, that's everything we got. And please, if you enjoy this podcast, give it a 5-star review on iTunes. Get out your iPhone or iPad, open the podcast app, find the Next Dimension podcast, and tell people what you think about this podcast. Hopefully it's worth your 5 stars. Yeah, everything you want to add?
It's just fantastic to be back, and I do feel it's as I say, a good time for the podcast to return.
Yeah,
because as the summer months are starting to disappear and we're getting into winter, especially in Europe anyway, I feel like VR, there's a lot to look forward to, and yeah, it feels like a really perfect time to come back, really.
Exactly. And the perfect time to be on YouTube is actually tomorrow on your channel on VR Flight Sim Guy.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
because
get the video out.
People are going to learn about the Bigscreen Beyond, the final production unit. So I'm looking forward.
The good and the bad, unfortunately.
The good and the bad, both. Yeah. Amazing. Yep. So that's everything that we got for today, and we look forward to see you again, most probably next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Take care.
Yes. Oh man, Steve, that was amazing. I love the show, man. It was so good, right?
It's funny.
How's the feeling to be back?
I said, let's just make it an hour, no more than that.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's just two of us. We probably won't talk much.
Exactly.
2 hours has gone by. And we could easily go longer if we wanted to. So, yeah, it just makes you realize how much it's just great when you talk to someone else with such passion for VR.
Yeah.
It really fires you up, as I say. And,
obviously, we are very passionate guys, right?
Oh, of course. And it's real passion in on our videos. I do get accused of hyping things up, but all I do is just show my true emotions when I try VR headsets. And that
Same
for
here,
me, the
same here.
excitement of trying VR, experiencing VR, new headsets, it's stronger than ever, really. Even still, even all these years later, because I feel the industry is just such an exciting, the way it's evolving and stuff. And we've got a lot of things to look forward to, without a doubt,
Right.
So
It's
yeah.
like our favorite hobby, our favorite passion is obviously VR, right? And the things around it. And with every new device, our passion gets even better.
Yes,
That's the exciting part. That's really
definitely.
like I'm really looking forward for every new headset, because we have not yet reached that point. Like, for example, smartphones, they are basically all the same, right? So yes, okay, now I bought the most expensive phone ever because it has like the spatial cameras. That is a nice thing, but it is not like a revolution. Like, for every single VR headset that's coming out now,
That's a very good point.
somehow they are all like completely improving a lot for some things.
That's a very because we're still even now in the early stages of VR or XR, should we say now? Because things are moving forwards now, thankfully, with the pass through of some of these VR headsets. It is like every iteration of a VR headset is quite a substantial leap forward, especially with in terms of clarity and field of view and just because of those because we're at the early because we're right in the mix of what's going on in terms of the future. It'll get to the point, like with the phone, where the iterations of each phone is such that it's not that exciting anymore, because we already have great phones.
Yeah.
A bit like cars, same thing. But VR, there's still a long way to go yet. So that's why, there's so much to look forward to. And I wish I could say more, but in fact, Vario got something to say next week as well. By the way, Vario, I had a conversation with them the other day, and
Nice.
there is something they're going to be talking about next week as well. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
Really cool.
Looking forward to find out. Yeah, that was our little cool down talk. So yeah, wow, what an exciting show. Super loved it. And for everyone out there, do that. Please do comment on this show. Like, just show us how it feels for you to have us back. No, and it will be fun to read it. If you hate us, also please comment.
Of course.
I'm also really honestly happy to read hate comments because they are so funny most of the time.
Yeah, they are. That is
Yeah,
true.
all right. But now that's everything we have. It's 4 a.m. and 23 minutes here in Taipei, Taiwan. So yeah,
4 a.m.
It is 4 a.m.
Wow.
I'm going to go out now to the 7-Eleven, have some breakfast, and then go to bed.
You see, that's the dedication you have, said. People don't realize that.
I'm crazy.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning where you are to do this podcast.
Yeah, I'm crazy about it. But I do believe people get this excitement, right? They get this passion that I have, and probably that's why they love the channel. Or it's because of the good looks. I'm not sure. One of the two. All right. That is everything we have for today.
On that note.
Looking forward to the next show. Until then, bye-bye.